Question: when we're am I looking? I'm just How do you recommend I look at her? Like,
I mean, I think like if you were looking at her, it would look like a. Wait.
So just
I'll help. I like this.
Okay.
If you're talking to this camera, it's because you're talking to your audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the camera here is on, you'll see it. It will become bright. Will you show her, sweetheart?
Yes.
I'll do it with my little. So. 2. So then here we can have a conversation like this, or we can look at the audience. The audience would be 2.
Yeah.
And then 3, I'm over here. I'm obviously just talking to mostly myself on the camera because that's what I like. But
what do you recommend? Because I honestly haven't recorded in
I think
I would love to get your input because you have a lot of experience. So.
I think I would talk to the camera. Can you pull up 3? Or what is this 4? Is that 4?
Oh, you are 3. She is 4.
Yeah. So if we pull up 4, I would look into the camera as like a fun way. Like that's you talking to your audience.
But when I'm talking to you, obviously I'm going to look at you, right?
Yeah, but you could do both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you can talk to me. I think it's cute when we talk to each other, and then, we can reach out into the crowd. It's like break the fourth wall, right?
Yeah.
Break the fourth wall.
Yeah. I think it's gonna look natural and comfortable. Like whatever you do, like looking at her, it'll feel conversational. If you look to the audience, it'll feel like you're talking directly to them.
Okay.
So I think whatever you feel in the moment.
High five, girl. You pop.
Okay.
We got that.
Thank you, guys.
You're such a pretty girl. Let's do it.
We're all hot.
Yeah.
Okay, can we just take, can we do 3 breaths together?
Yeah, but you're recording, yeah? B-roll.
That's fine. Okay, so we're just gonna, you go ahead and lead us.
Me? Why me?
Because you're.
But it's your podcast.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing in beautiful happiness from with the energy in through the nose. And releasing the worries of the day. Bringing in beautiful light energy in through the nose, happiness from within. And releasing what no longer serves us. Okay. All right. Here we go. Can you give me a 3, 2, 1?
3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Happiness from Within. I am your host, Jeanette Prado. I'm excited to have you guys here. Today we have an incredible, amazing guest. I'm literally beyond ecstatic. And I'm just literally so excited. So we're actually, before I introduce her, I want to just give a shout out to Dr. Shahid. He's actually the one promoting this episode. Witness Chiropractic. If you are somebody that is dealing with back issues and you are looking for a good chiropractor here on the west side, definitely recommend Dr. Shahid. His method called the Ring Dinger he's actually one of the only people in Los Angeles that is certified for this treatment. I have been seeing him for 2 years, and the chronic back pain and things that I was dealing with is literally almost completely gone. So his information will be below, and you can book an appointment with him. All right, beautiful soul. So we're going to get started. And I actually have my beautiful guest here, Hannah. And she is an amazing Tantra instructor.
Thank you.
And I've actually been to 2 of her events, and we're just building such an amazing relationship. And when I went to her first event, I was like, I have to have her on my podcast. It was interesting, the timing, because literally I was in this phase of like, I want to get more into Tantra. And so I have Hannah here. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I love the energy that you bring into all the spaces, and especially this one. It's so good to see you in your magic.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm just beyond ecstatic because the whole mission of the podcast is to touch people's hearts and souls at a very deep level, right? Our mission here is to inspire over 1 billion people to find that happiness and healing, right? We do focus a lot on women's empowerment and, eating healthy. Today, we're specifically going to be focusing on empowerment because this is something that you empower. Literally, guys, if you want to talk about somebody that empowers being, standing in their truth, standing in their power, standing in their essence, Hannah is such an incredible example. And so, and the information below will be also for her events. You guys have to check out her events. So we're just going to go ahead and get started.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and hop in. What does happiness from within mean to you?
I really appreciate that question, actually. I've been studying in the spiritual realm for a really long time. And so when I hear happiness from within, it means having such a beautiful internal landscape, so that regardless of what is going on outside of you, that there's this deep peace that surpasses all understanding, that there is this deep and fertile knowing that everything is working out for you, and that there's this ownership that it's something that's in your control. And so happiness from within means that you really are the curator and the artist of your life, because you're containing what's happening within you and using your creator power to alchemize it into the best case scenario.
I love it. I love that. That's so beautiful. I love it. You guys, isn't her energy amazing? I mean, look at this goddess.
Thank
You guys, so we're going to literally jump in, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful, beautiful description.
Did I get it? Did I get it right? No, I'm kidding.
There's never a right or wrong answer.
I know. Jesus.
After interviewing, many entrepreneurs, it's everybody has a different answer. It's really, really beautiful. So take us back, Hannah. Where did your spirituality begin? Like, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Good questions. Good questions. I grew up in Indiana.
Okay.
I know. I grew up in Indiana. I'm a Midwest girl with West Coast wings. I love that. But I grew up in Indiana, and I really feel like that's where my spirituality started. I was raised really religious, actually. And I felt, even as a kid, I was like 6 or 7, and I was like, there's just something that I don't fully land on here. A lot of hypocrisy in my church, a lot of hypocrisy in my home, like the 10 Commandments. And then like the pastor of my church was like sleeping with the secretary, and like this like all this crazy stuff. But it really gave me this deep desire to know more. Yeah. And to like really refine what it meant to be in integrity for me, and to know authenticity, and not even that there's judgment around quote unquote an affair, because I mean, obviously we live in Los Angeles with polyamory, and relationships can look like anything. But even as a child, what it reminded me is that like we're all on our own journey, and we have to find what's true for us. And until we know what's real and true for us, and if we can own that and be transparent, that's really what spirituality is. It's like being connected to your own spirit, and it's being connected to something bigger than you, so that you can serve from that place. So it started young. It started really young.
Wow. When you were growing up, during your childhood, did you, when did you start to have, the spiritual awakening? When did you start to, connect with your gifts?
I love that. I actually feel like that's such a good question. I'm curious when yours awakened too. I feel like I always had gifts. I feel like I shut them down. So my becoming process, for all of you out there that are in your becoming process, which enjoy it, let it be so fun. But mine, I actually shut them down for a really long time. Growing up, we just had a challenging home life. I would say I was like the rainbow sheep, if like that's something that people understand, like not the black sheep necessarily, but definitely a unicorn. And so it took me like leaving home 17, 18, 19 to really come back around to my gifts. I do remember having claircognizance and clairaudience as a child, and then it shutting down for a really long time because as I mentioned, very Christian home, very matrix family, didn't really understand what it meant to be magical or joyful. I was very depressed, you guys. Like, it was very bad. And then once I really found my freedom, 17, 18, 19, I actually ran away with the circus. And then I found Burning Man, and Burning Man changed my life. My community was very creative. So I went through this whole academic, very intelligent, like top 1% of my class, full stop. And then really got into the creative arts, started studying massage, Reiki, Akashic records. And that's when everything started to come back online. But it took a very long swing of what I would say, like doing it right and fitting in and like, you know, getting the diplomas and making sure that I was going to be something. And now I feel like I actually am something, which is so funny.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really, really, really deep. When you were talking about going through the depression, right? I'm sure you've gone through a lot of dark nights of the soul, right? Can you take us back to that moment when you were going through that dark night of the soul, the depression, right?
Oh my
How
God.
did you how did that look like for you? Like what did it the tiny steps that you were taking, to get out of that, right? What were you learning through all of this, right? Because depression, anxiety, like this stuff is real. It's actually a lot of things we talk about on this podcast, and it looks different for everyone, but just anything you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's interesting. I don't think that there's one dark night of the soul.
Let's talk about it. I love that.
Yeah, I understand like people are really into like, oh, it's my Saturn return and all the I feel like there are a lot of dark nights of the souls. And I think that like, and maybe my life is just exquisitely special and I have a lot of dark nights of the souls until I'm like this peak enlightened state at the mountaintop. But I feel like they're waves. And then as we come into regulation, which I'll talk about, like my sobriety journey, as we regulate, those waves become easier to ride so we don't spiral out into them. But I remember being suicidal as a child, not like a child, okay, teenager, let's say teenager. And really feeling like, wow, I'm so misunderstood. Like I'm so alone in this. And I have nowhere to go, even though I did. I mean, even school was something to do, but I didn't have access to like the vulnerability yet or the authenticity around. My family didn't talk to each other about things. It was a very like sweep under the rug. Are you doing good in school? Have you gotten all A's? How's everything? Okay, good. See you later, alligator. I know. So I feel like how I got through that then was like perform well, make it to the other side, go find freedom. And freedom back then was drugs and alcohol, but it was freedom enough. Now, looking back, I see that we all really go through those things and it's about service, like genuine service, like really seeing people where they're at and loving them and being vulnerable. And I almost feel like that illuminates and negates any of those like deep feelings of depression. Because anytime now when I start to feel upset or lonely or like, woe is me, in that victim mentality, I run a nonprofit. I bring people in recovery to sing with seniors, or like I serve a friend. A couple of days ago, I was walking down the street and I found an old woman sitting on a bench and made sure she got to the bus stop. But like, I think we can always get stuck in our own way if we're not careful. Like there's an element of sadness. And I think that dark nights of the souls happen often. I mean, I would ride the wave of depression and then get out of it, or I was deep in addiction and get out of it. But once we start to really step into a new frequency, I believe that sobriety is like huge for people. I think that once you heal your brain, anything is possible. And then you don't have to go down into these deep places because you're like stabilized in the heart. But to get out of them, it's like service, art. It's leaning into the things that your inner child really loved. It's so simple. And I have to giggle about it because like people forget, but I really think it is that easy. It's oftentimes taking the next right action and doing the exact opposite of what you want to do.
Oh, I literally am getting chills. No, literally, I love that. I love how you were describing the dark night of the soul. And it's true. It's like I don't think we ever get to some sort of top of the mountain, right? Because when you get to the top of the mountain, there's always another peak, right? We're always growing, right?
Yeah.
We're always evolving as human beings, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a saying in Buddhism, they talk about like the analogy of like a diamond, right? Like we all have a beautiful diamond inside of us. And every day we're just doing our best to polish that a little bit every day. It's going to get covered in snow. It's going to get covered in thunder and then we just get right back up, right? And do it all over again. It's like every day it's like, we wake up, we go to sleep. It's like every day is like a new opportunity to refresh ourselves, right? It's like kind of like also like the lotus flower. The lotus flower is the only flower that blossoms and seeds at the same time. But it only grows in murky water. It does not grow in clear water. So it's like it's a beautiful analogy of like life, right? Like we all go through that darkness, the difficulties of life, right?
I love the darkness.
Yeah.
I was born December 19th. That's like the literal one of the darkest nights of the year, right before solstice. So it's like I love, like, it's intrinsic in my system to love the darkness because there's a lot of beauty in darkness. And I think people forget that too. That's why I study the Kabbalah right now. And I'm always just like, what a pleasure, whenever something dark happens, because it's like there's a miracle in the darkness. The womb is dark. Like, creation comes from the darkness. And again, that's why the less we attach to it as this like thing, and we just recognize it for what it is, it's an opportunity. And it really is a rebirth. Like every time now that I'm in the dark night of the soul, it's not as hard or challenging because I don't perpetuate the story of bad, right? When I used to be like, oh, I'm sad, so I should drink or do something about it. Oh, like you're right now. It's like, oh, I'm sad. What garden should I be watering? What seed is being planted? And I appreciate what you said about the diamond, right? Like you reminded me, life is always going to dust. Like there's always going to be dust, right? Especially living in places, we're in Los Angeles for anybody out there that doesn't know. There's always dust in the field. And so we're always collecting dust. But if we watch the people, places, and things we're around, we can be around others that are naturally collecting and washing their own surface, or we can be in places that are dustier. And so the temple that I started, it's called her Temple of Holy Eminence. An eminence not superior to others, but 1% superior to who you were yesterday. Like, how can you always just be 1% better? How can you show up 1% brighter, authentic, transparent, vulnerable? And so you even remind me that, like, the dust will happen and will always be really, like, I like to say, the sandpapering, like smoothing out our edges. But when we're in the right environments, it becomes this really delicious refinement rather than like this like crazy desperation to be different. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen in my own life is like what started off as a deep hunger because I was so frustrated by like how I saw society has now just become like a very elegant truth. And that's what I want for everyone, is to like let everything go in their lives so that they can just be in the deep, elegant truth of human bliss, which is way closer than we thought of.
Wow. That really touched my heart. That is so beautiful. Wow. I would love if you could take us back to that time when you were going through your, because you said that you had, that you used to drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
Which time? So many times. I'm on my second sobriety.
Yeah, just anything you'd like to share, like, because there's people listening to this that are probably struggling with that, right?
Yeah. Alcoholism is such a real thing. I actually am very unique in the way that I think of addiction. And I don't believe. Don't tell my sponsor. I don't believe that. I don't believe that alcoholism is a disease. I think that it's a structural pattern, and it's something that becomes ingrained in us very early on. I come from a family with many addicts. Two of my siblings, my mother, her father. It's such an ancestral thing. So I don't see it as a disease. I see it as a pattern, and that it really just requires a pattern interrupt. But again, if you're not putting yourself in the right environments to interrupt the pattern continues to take itself out.
Yeah.
And so my journey with addiction has just been such a I really love my journey with addiction. And they say that you'll come to this point where you're like, all of it will make sense and you'll love it. I loved it even during it because I would have these profound moments of knowing like, this isn't even me, you guys. Like I don't feel like I resonate with who I am. And I just knew that God had like a purpose for it. So I would be in these horrible hangovers, just like, what is going on here? Like, and people would look at me and be like, you don't even look like you're an addict or a drinker. And I'm like, I know. I will tell you guys, I could drink like a fifth of whiskey 3 days in a row. One. Every day for the days. Wow. It was so interesting. It's such a superpower. And I really think that addicts I think it shows that addicts are superpowers and that they've had to overcome a lot. And that when that pattern breaks, all of that power that's been going into avoiding a particular feeling, avoiding a particular lifestyle, avoiding a particular truth, that maybe they weren't the problem growing up, or maybe, there was something deeper going on, that freedom then becomes the biggest, most like gust of angelic wind beneath the wings. So anybody that is struggling, I can't tell anyone what to do, but I can say that getting into the rooms, I did work an AA program in the beginning. I'm still friends with a lot of those people. It isn't where I land consistently now. Now I'm much more in the yoga community. I'm much more in like the meditation community, the movement community is like where I really thrive. But to find people to support your pattern interrupt is really what matters, because there is nothing wrong with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not like a disease. It actually does go away. And then there's a piece of the lifestyle. Like for me, I feel so good every day that the idea of hurting myself like that anymore is disturbing. And not only that, I have a lot of grace and grief around the fact that I ever had to. Even though it was in my control, it was like so normal because I had been raised in such an interesting family that I thought that that was normal. And so I just have a lot of compassion for addicts. I have a lot of like grace for anybody that's going through something like that, because it is incredibly real.
Yeah.
It's incredibly real. It's incredibly scary. It's unfathomable what the human body can go through. Like the things that I've heard and even the things I've experienced that like your body can heal from. So I just like to remind people that like when you get into a good state, that just means you get to optimize. Yeah.
Wow. I just love everything that you said. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That's really personal stuff. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, I love it. I really am an open book at this point. I love my life. So if it helps other people, I want people to understand,
Absolutely.
And then it affects all people. I wish it's funny too, because I think when we talk about like depression, anxiety, you would be so surprised at the people that are genuinely struggling and like put on such a good mask. And I was one of those people for years. I had a thriving company. Oh my God, multiple 6 figures, like incredible community. I would like, and my friends know this, so I wouldn't tell the world if people didn't know, but I would host these like sold out events, and then I would disappear for days and like just be drinking. And I just see so many people in society that have it all, and there's like a missing piece. And for me, it was service, and it was humility, transparency, realizing that I was programmed into a particular lifestyle that isn't authentic to my soul. So I had to do like a full hummingbird 180, not a full 180, but there was some things that I needed to adjust.
Yeah.
But it's just like death. Like it could happen to anybody. And it's, I think there's a lot of stigma around what it looks like and what it means. But, I just want to like dispel that in society, because we're all addicted to stuff.
Yes, we are. Yep.
Some of us just wear it really proudly and loudly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I love that. I would love to jump into the empowerment aspect, because I love your work and everything that you're doing. And I would love for you to share with the audience, like, for those of you that are listening, watching this, can you talk a little, what is Tantra?
Yeah.
What is it all about?
What's it all about? So my practice has changed a lot. But Tantra, gosh, I feel like Tantra is the science of spirituality, if I'm to be completely honest. Like, Tantra is a technology that it's like a bioorganic technology that you can use every single day of your life with your breath and your sound and your movement and your intention. And it is so cool when I think about it like that we're these organic meat suits that have science. Like, we have a way to work with our hormones, our energy, our emotions. Like, we have codes. We have programs that we can work through with Tantra. So Tantra has so many different things, but it's really weaving the spirit with the body. It literally means in Sanskrit to weave. So it's like weaving heaven with earth. My brand, because I like branding, hot, holy, and heart centered. It's weaving the sexuality with the spirituality and like learning how to live in the heart. And what it has done for me and what it has done for so many of my clients is it gives people an access point to move outdated belief systems, energy, and emotion out of their bodies so that they can actually make space for what it is that they're calling into their life. And then they can reprogram the shame that they might feel around sexuality, distortions around what sexuality truly looks like, and even distortions around what God is for others. So it's my favorite healing practice.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, one of the things that, that really honestly attracted me to you and your work is just, I might start crying. So but this is what this podcast is all about. And it's just, there's a lot of us, I mean, that have gone through just life, we were just talking about that, right? And, it's just, just, just how like open and, that you are, like with your life, just the way that you move, right? And just how free you are. And, it's just like, it's just really amazing, like how did you really get to that point? And this is like a lot of work. I'm not saying at the top of the mountain, but like any woman that's listening to this, right? It's just like, because so many women, they go through trauma, they go through all these things that like just unfortunately happen here on planet Earth, right? And but I would just love for you to share anything you'd like to share.
You're so yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, you're so pure. Gosh, okay. I love this question because I think I'm really blessed to trust the present moment. And I feel like that because I've been into meditation and I was like reading books about quantum physics. I wish I could remember the name of the book, you guys. It changed my life. I was facing 12 years in prison and I decided to quantum leap into a life of freedom. And I swear to God, the case got dropped. I did have to go to 28 days of rehab, but the whole thing, it was like, I've been studying this kind of stuff since I was like a kid, like 17, 18. I also ate a lot of acid. So like, I just had like, my brain was primed for magic.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I studied yoga. I can remember my first yoga class when I was 18. And again, the way that my brain sees things is very scientific. So I could like understand that by being in this posture, I was like opening my channels so that I could become like a warrior. Like I've always had a very archetypal embodied way of thinking about things, even beyond just like the surface level. So I feel really blessed.
Yeah.
Coupled with I would rather look towards the future than focus on the past. Yeah. And you guys, I don't know if that is like because I hit my head too many times, like falling down drunk, seriously, or I was born that way. But I like love here and now.
Yeah.
And I have such conviction around what I want in life because God told me.
Yeah.
And so it really helps me, and it's not to negate anybody's trauma. Like you're talking to the queen of being traumatized, sex trafficked, felonies, like, you know what I mean? Like I could be very angry at life.
Yeah.
But I also just look at it like, what a funny adventure. Like I'm in it, but not of it.
Yeah.
I'm a simulation character. I'm here still. So that means there's purpose.
Oh, yes.
And it will come up. I remember actually I was in a Vipassana once where it's like 10 days of silent meditation for all of you guys out there that have thought about Vipassana. 100% recommend. But it like took 10 days for like one piece of fear to like sparkle out of my body. And it was like deep. Like it was like 5 minutes of fear and crying and then it was gone. And I just remember that all the time so that when I'm in my emotions or I feel trauma or I go through a heart-wrenching breakup, which I'm still human, these things make me mad. I I just try to stay focused on like, okay, what a beautiful lesson. And then like, God, who would you have me be today? Like kind of submissive in that way. Like what would be the best for you? Like what can I do to help others or to feel better and live a better life? And so, yeah, I hope I'm answering your question.
No, you are.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I think that like the past sometimes we hold on to like it's really concrete.
Yeah.
But the practice is like when we say love and light, literally, like, can we be lighter? Because if you think about if you put a line in concrete and it dried, it would stay there forever. That line could be the trauma, right? But if you put a line in the grass, that's the earth, right? It would go away, but it would take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
If you put a line in the sand, do you see how we're getting lighter and lighter and lighter?
Yeah.
That trauma can go away faster because the water might wash it away. You put a line in the air, it doesn't exist. And so the lighter that we become, which is what Tantra can do, which is what yoga can do, which is what breath work can do,
Yeah.
which is literally what sitting in meditation, praying to motherfucking God. Excuse my language.
You're
Mother
fine.
loving God. But I think the more that we really just become light, the less these things etch.
Yeah.
And then if they come up, we know how to handle them in the moment versus like, hold on and attach.
Wow.
Very strange ethos, I know.
Wow. That's beautiful. I just love everything that you're sharing. It's very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
What is your sign? You're a fire sign, right?
Yeah, I'm double fire. I'm a Sag Leo rising. Virgo moon. Don't know what that means. It means I compartmentalize my emotions. Ooh, Venus in Aquarius. Which means I also have an interesting thought process around love.
I love that. I'm so curious so we're right now in Chinese astrology, we're in the year of the fire horse.
Yes.
And this is the year about like things moving very quickly, right?
I feel that.
Just curious, how is this? So we're at the end of May right now.
Yeah, we're popping over into June.
How
June.
how you feel this year has been going by really fast for you? Has it been an ending of things for you and starting something new?
Yeah, but I've been in that. Like, so I've been like almost 3 years sober. And so I feel like I'm in the forever cycle of being reborn. But I will say this year has been especially fast. Last year, right at the end, I threw my first cabaret. And now I feel like I get all of these new shows and like things are really transpiring. My business has shifted in a huge way. I'm working primarily with women in business. Still using like tantric principles, but it's so fun to get girls into their main character energy and to step onto their own stages. Like that's where my real heart lies. So yeah, I would say, I don't know if I feel like the year is moving fast. Sometimes I feel like it's like, I feel like a snail on the days when I'm just like, why is today so long and hard? But
Yeah.
but if I was to take like a big, beautiful eagle eye, I would say that this year has actually been quite profound in the quantum leaps and changes. And I don't really even like changes, but like the shape-shifting that's happened. Because I really believe that we're always carrying the same elements. I'm at heart still deeply addicted. Just now I'm addicted to love and happiness and pole dancing. But it's like the shape-shifting, right? It's like, okay, we have how many elements in the elemental field? The table of elements? Just watched Hail Mary, so I'm
not sure.
Really into science right now, guys. But we always have the same elements. Like there's only so many elements on planet Earth, and however we configure them is what we get. So
Wow. I love that.
yeah, it's a good year to be a good year.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because it started, I believe, February 17th. Because anything before February 17th was the year of the snake.
Oh, that would make so much sense.
And the year of the snake was all about the snake sheds layers, right? So it's all about shedding, releasing things that are no longer serving us. But I like what you said. It's true. It's like, we're always evolving and rebirth. Like it can be like an everyday process, right?
It literally is. But I'm also a snake in Chinese astrology. So
oh, you are. I was about to ask you.
So for me, it's like I love it. And I do think that this year is special in that if you've been awake and you've been aware, or whether you're like ready to go right now, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think psychically, I've felt really ready for this year, and it does feel like a really profound year of becoming. Because like I said, I've had a lot of amazing experiences. My events are fucking amazing. You should come. But I really actually do feel like everything is landing in a new way that feels so at home, like so dropped in. And so I could see that happening for a lot of people. Like it's a big reclamation and rebirth for a lot of people. Would you say?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, just because, I do the tarot readings, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, just a lot of people that I read on the platform, just a lot of people leaving relationships, leaving, jobs that no longer serve them and stepping into something newer and better for themselves. Because I was reading the year of the fire horse, apparently it comes every 60 years. So I tell people, are you going to wait another 60 years? So it's interesting. It's very interesting.
No, I love like hearing that. It's like, take the leap now. Do you know how many times I was like in astrology and I'd be like, oh, there's a 10-year window opening, and I'd be like, accidentally drank through that one. Like, gotta wait to get silver in another 10 years. But I feel like we do have a deep opportunity to use what's going on in the cosmos to really like excel us forward. And so, yes, do not wait another 60 years to go follow your heart. Okay, but I will say this, and again, I'll say the thing. A lot of people have been dying. And that's like a big thing that even my friends that, when you like know somebody and you don't know them too much because you never actually let them take you out to dinner. I'm like falling in love with humans all over again because we don't really have another 60 years. And I think especially as we become adults, like, whatever, please don't adult on me forever. But as we start to get older, we realize that like people die.
Yeah.
And so I have seen this happen in my own life where I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be looking back, like wishing I started earlier, which I wish I got sober so much earlier. Now that I'm like so grounded in it, I never really wanted it before until I wanted it. And I can see how that would come for everything. That's why I'm like the girl that wants to just get up on a table and like do a poem in public nowadays. Cause I'm like, something could happen and we could die tomorrow. Like we just be using all of these moments very wisely.
I love it.
It's true.
I love it. That's amazing. No, you carry you embody a lot of like the really beautiful principles that Sahara talks about too. We were on one of her calls. She's like, get on your table, and then she literally gets on her tabletops and she starts twerking. I was like, this is so cool. Just living in the moment. I mean, that's what it's about, right?
Yeah.
And I love how you embody that too.
Thanks.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you guys definitely have to check out her events. As I shared, I've only been 2 times, and the first one, I personally I cried. I had a personal breakthrough, but it's just always something new. So the info for that will be below. But yeah. How are we doing on time?
It's been 38 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm a talker.
No, this is good. This is good.
It's 7:45, and if it runs a little over, it's like totally fine.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's see. I was having a brain fart.
I love it. I'm gonna sip some of my water. We're gonna have to edit this part out.
Oh no.
I was like scratching my knee at one point because I have like a pet spider, you guys. Because everyone bites my legs when I'm sleeping.
Oh no.
But I can't kill it because I love it. It was in my car today, and I was like, that's either another one.
Oh my God.
Or is it the same one following me?
So you know what? I'm gonna take a drink of my coconut water.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, have people follow my Instagram.
Okay.
There's so many goodies on Instagram.
Okay.
And I have a website. I'll give it to you.
I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I have a website.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so cool. I'm very proud of that website I made.
Yeah, people are just watching from different platforms, so I just always tell them below, you know.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're editing all that out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
no,
scratched my knee. Okay.
I literally have brain fart. I don't know what else to talk about.
We talked about how to get through depression. We talked about
Empowerment. You're the fire horse. I think we can wrap up soon. Oh, by the way, do you want to go to Cafe Gratitude after this?
I hate Cafe Gratitude.
Or if you want to go somewhere else, let me know.
I really love this question. I need to go home and work.
No problem.
I know. I got distracted before this call, and I took a call with my coach, and then I was like, damn it, 3-0. This was the time I was supposed to be doing other things.
No problem.
And then I was like, you know, when you're like, that was my time to get other things accomplished. And I just moved, so I want to take a bath and go to bed. But I love you.
Yeah.
We can go for a little walk.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Oh,
Whatever you guys want to do.
where did we stop at?
Where did we stop?
I think you stopped. Oh my God.
We were talking about empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, actively listening.
Was it good? Are you having fun over there?
Yeah. I'm like, like the reason why I've been so like is because I'm like taking it all in. Like I actually like really resonate with the messaging.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So I'm not crazy. No, I'm teasing. Super fucking crazy, but in the best way.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead.
Why don't you be like, Hannah, why don't you tell us some of the things you're up to? So I can like
Oh my God, you just read my mind. I literally.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, let me talk about what I'm up to. I really like sharing what I'm up to.
Yeah. So Hannah, tell us what are you up to?
Oh my gosh, I love that question. I'm up to so many things. Gosh, and this is so fun because I want to inspire people to be multidimensional. There are so many ways to work with me. I can't wait for you guys to see my website. It's like the Peace de Resistance. I consider myself an artist, an activist, and an advisor. So in the world of art, I'm working on a whole new EP. My spoken word is amazing. I cannot wait for you guys to hear. I have a gig this weekend, actually. I don't know, June 6th, I have a gig. It's going to be so delicious. It is like the culmination of all my dreams that would not be possible if I hadn't worked so hard to like give up all of the things holding me back, which are mostly just drugs, alcohol, and limiting beliefs. But here we are, living our best life. In the world of activism, the nonprofit, we're looking to expand into 4 more senior homes. We take people in recovery or out of recovery. Anybody that's like a musician, we just love bringing music to the seniors. I have like a soft spot for old people. It's a very forgotten part of society, and I really think that like there's a lot of healing that can happen in intergenerational spaces. So it's something I'm really, really excited about. And then right now I am calling in 10 more women for my REM program, and REM is the Radically Expressed Muse. This is for any woman that is a founder of her own business and she feels like she's ready to be seen and rock the stage by creating her own signature event. And then throughout that process, we support you in getting authentic and really like using your story as your glory, making your mess your message, and then working on embodiment, sensuality, whether it's like a pole dance or a burlesque dance or really just you getting up on stage. That's my biggest and most exciting thing that I'm up to right now. And I have a few female clients and I'm ready to take on more because that was actually the biggest part of my journey. I was like, I told you I was making all this good money. I was like making like multiple 5 figures a month and like multiple 6 figures. And
Yeah.
I felt empty. And now I could have anything. I could like have anything I wanted. And, but like, it was like my inner child was sad. And I had always wanted to be on stage and I had poetry like running through my veins. And I had to really get clear that, now I get to do it.
Yeah.
In the real life. But it wasn't even about that. It was really about just like reconnecting with my soul and my spirit. And when my cabaret popped off Sold out like 3 times. I'm so sorry you couldn't be there. So it was so good. We're gonna do it again. But it really just reminded me that like more women need the stage as an expression of their soul, not performance, performance. And so that's like my big my whole heart. It's my whole heart.
I love that.
Yes.
And where can people find you? The info will be below, but where?
Yeah. Well, I have one website. I have so many websites right now. I have a lot of websites. My female community is www.hertemple.love.
Wow.
And you can find out about the nonprofit on there and events. My artist advisory page is www.tantra.love. And then please stalk me on Instagram
What's your Instagram?
at i.am.themodernmuse. And you're going to post it so they'll get it right.
Absolutely. All that information will be below.
Yay. Yeah, come hang out in my slice of heaven. It's the best.
I love it.
I'm so grateful to be here, babe.
Yeah,
this is great.
this has been really great. I just really want to thank you for being a guest here on Happiness from Within. It's truly has been an honor.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just already see it. Just so many, the right people are going to listen to this episode and really be inspired, right? Because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we like to do here at Happiness from Within is give you back the microphone. Just any words, last minute words that from your heart that you'd like to share.
Oh, I love this. I feel like I should do a poem.
Let's do it.
I have so many good poems. Okay. This is from my heart. And this actually got me through most of my life. So there truly is a method to this madness. Life's kiss. It awakens the angel wings within which we fly. Hearts open and soaring, ecstasy pouring from all of the places once darkened inside. Now, shining in the light. Delight. Dance within the realm of totality with me, weaving the infinite web of immortality. That's Tantra and your emotions. Mortal being. Lean into your vulnerability. It's the medicine needed for divine tranquility. Acceptance is the moment that your angel wings open and start soaring. Don't be afraid to lift up off the ground. The moment you release your fears, you notice other angels around.
Wow. That was so beautiful. Wow. Is there a title to the poem or?
Yeah, it's called Angel Wings. It's on Spotify.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I love Angel Wings. It's a 6-minute track, but that's the poem on the inside.
Are you also a singer? Or do you...
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But
Wow.
spoken word is my first love.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
I'm a spoken word artist. I can sing. I can throw down, but I'm a freestyler, a poet.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is so
dancer.
beautiful.
Thanks, love.
I want to thank you again so much for being a guest here in Happiness from Within. Can I give you a hug?
Of course. Of course. I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor, Goddess. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Well, you guys, there you have. Well, there you have it, beautiful souls. Another beautiful episode to touch your heart and soul. All that information is going to be below. Please reach out to her if you feel called to work with her. Go to one of her events. Then that means the universe is calling you to go. So, you guys, I will see you on the next podcast episode. Remember to smile because you're worthy. Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful day.
Yay.
Bye for now.
Oh, I love that. Follow you.